Good morning, my maths group. Welcome to week 6 of our videos for maths, and our last week before you have a well-deserved week off. Now we're going to start off on a Monday for our arithmetic, looking at adding, but doing that mentally. We know that we can use the written method, but for some types of questions that we have, we can actually add using our mental calculations. Right, so like we have done previously, we're going to go through some examples. You're going to have a go at some examples, and then one of the questions is highlighted to show you that that is in today's arithmetic questions. So let's have a look at the first one. We've got 257 plus 800. Now just thinking, if you looked at that question, how could you add that mentally? All right, so let's have a look then. So if we look at partitioning some of those numbers, we can see that there is 200 here and there's 800 here. Now we can mentally add that together because when we are adding hundreds, that's quite an easy thing for us to do. So 200 and 800 would be 1,000. Now if we have a look at the 800, there's no tens or there's no ones. So the 57 here, we would just need to add on to the 1,000. So mentally adding 257 and 800, we would get 1,057. Well, how do we know we're right? We check it again. 800 plus the 200 is 1,000, and then we got 57. But we just need to remember that we've got those in the right place value. We've got 1,000, 0 hundreds, 5 tens, 7 ones. Let's have a look at the next one together then. Well, what's about 1,564 add 55? So a little bit trickier than the last one, but if we look at particular place values, we could see, well, some of them aren't going to change and some might do. So if we take the 1,564 and thinking about the 55, I know that the 1,000 is going to stay the same because we're not adding anything more than 400 to the 500. So then that would then cross over to the thousands to 2,000s. Right? Now, if we have a look at the ones column, for instance, well, I can see that 5 plus 4 is 9. We don't have to bridge that 10, so 9 would be in our ones column. Now, if we look at our tens column, 6 and 5, well, we know if we add those together, we get 11. Right, so in our tens column, we would have 1 10, but then we would be exchanging 10. So effectively, we're adding on another 1 to the hundreds column. Well, I can see that 55, there is no hundreds to add on. So I would be adding the 5 and the 1 together for 6. And we've already said that 1,000 will just be the same. Right, so our answer would be 1,619. And we know, well, we can check again, can't we? Well, if we add 1,550, we would get 1,550 plus the 9, 1,509, and then plus the 6, it would be 1,619. Okay? So what I'd like you to do is have a look at the next two questions and have a go at those for me. So pause the video, have a go at those two questions, and then we'll have a go at answering those together. Right, well done for having a go, children. So let's have a look at the first one. 2,389 plus 800. Now, if I look at the 2,309 in relation to the 800, I know that if I had 2,200, for example, and I added on 800, that's quite easy to do, isn't it? We know that would be 3,000. Well, if I added on 2,200 to 800, how much am I left with here? Well, I can see that it would be 189. So my answer would be 3,189. Okay. And well, how do I know? Let's check again. Well, what's 2,000 plus 800? That's 2,800 plus 300. Well, that's 3,100. And then 89 adding on 0 is 89. Right, now you may have done that differently. You may have looked at the ones column and thought, well, that's going to just be 9. You may have looked at the tens column and just thought, well, that's going to be 8 in the tens column. And then you're looking at the hundreds column. Well, you know 800 plus 300 is 1,100, plus on another 2,000 is 3,189. Great thing with maths, children, is we can use different methods to work out the answer. Let's have a look at the second one then. 450 plus 1,357. Now again, you may have chosen different ways to do this. Okay, now you may have noticed that if we add 450, and if this was 350, we can add those together to get 800. We know the 1,000 is going to stay as it is because there's nothing to add on to the 1,000. So we know it's going to be 1,807. Okay, what we need to be careful is in this tens column where actually we've exchanged into our hundreds there. Well, how do I know that it's 1,807? We check again, don't we? Well, what's 1,450 plus 300? Well, that's 1,750 plus another 50, 1,800, and then plus the 7 zeros, 1,807. Now, today's question in your arithmetic starter, 1,978 plus 100. So when you have a go at that today, children, I want you to have a go doing it mentally. How have you done it? How have you checked to make sure that you are correct? Because we don't always need to do a written method to work out calculations. Have a really good go at that, children, before moving on to the next part of our learning, which is to do with percentages. So good luck with that, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.